Good morning. We are at 9:30 open. So, marked off my levels already. I'm gonna look for it's in a downtrend at the moment. It pulled up to the original point. So, I'm gonna look for a break of this resistance for me to take a sell. But the market's extremely choppy this morning. We had a bunch of chop here, a little bit of a movement, but still a bunch of chop. So we'll see what happens. I'm thinking that it's gonna retrace into this big ass fucking movement over here for a sell trade. But we'll see what happens. I already drew my fib, and this is about 50% of a retracement already. So I don't know if it's gonna keep going down to fill this little, I don't want to call it an imbalance, but we'll just use the word imbalance right here. There's a lot of low resistance right here for a sell trade. So we're gonna be looking towards that. But remember, we don't predict, we react. Whatever it gives me is what I'm gonna do. Gotta be aware of the sweeps. Extremely consolidated. We might not get anything because Trump is speaking at 1 p.m. and probably a lot of traders are afraid to get into positions right now. But it shouldn't be a factor, but we're gonna be aware of that. It's a good push up. I'm thinking that it's gonna bounce off this supply zone right here. It's good rejection off that. Yeah, I'm gonna go for a sell today. But I don't want to get married to a bias, you know. We're having a lot of lower highs, but lower low, lower high, lower low. Most likely going to be a new lower high, and it's going to push down. A little update on the course. I made all the videos, but then I deleted them all because two of my friends decided that they wanted to trade. So I figured the best way to teach you guys how to trade is by teaching two new people. So I'm going to be teaching them in a class, but I'm going to be recording every single thing that I teach. So you're going to be getting the same course. It's going to still be free, but you're going to be able to see two new people or listen to two new people because I don't know if they want to be on camera. Most likely we're just going to be in Discord and you guys are going to hear our voices. But there's going to be two new people that are learning how to trade that have no idea what trading is. And you're going to be able to learn from their experience as well too, because they're going to be asking questions that you guys probably wouldn't have thought of asking because they are brand new, and that those questions could probably help you guys, you know what I mean? So we're going to utilize that as a way for you guys are basically taking a sneak peek into a classroom of trading, which is going to be dope. I don't think any other trader on YouTube teaches like that, where they're teaching a brand new person and you guys get to basically be a fly on the wall in the classroom. It's gonna be awesome. So the video, I posted the first video. You guys already watched that. You guys are blowing that up to like 2K. That's awesome. Thank you guys again. Also, this next video we planned for today. I already taught them once, but I did the first chapter that you guys saw on YouTube, so I taught them that already, the terminology. And then today we're gonna be going through a bunch of like why the market moves, what really happens when you press buy or sell, like a bunch of that stuff. So you guys are gonna have an understanding of what's actually going on right here, or when you press buy, when you press sell, like what is the market actually? You know what I mean? So we're gonna learn that, and you're gonna get to hear them learn. These guys have never traded before in their lives. One of them was a mechanic, the other one was a plumber, and yeah, this is a great opportunity for you guys to see a different side or a different way to learn how to trade that none of these gurus are teaching you, or none of these gurus are even showing you. You know what I mean? Most of the time we're seeing other traders learn how to trade. You know, whether they're beginners or not, they have slight experience. They know how TradingView works. Like my two friends have no idea about anything. I had to teach them how to download TradingView. I had to teach them how to use TradingView, like all this stuff. So it's a very good opportunity. So if you guys are not subscribed, I suggest you guys subscribe. You guys are going to be in for a crazy treat. This boot camp is me putting two people through a boot camp. It's going to be awesome. Damn, we're getting really good reaction off of this supply zone. So I think I'm a little bit correct about my bias of shorts. So we're just going to keep watching that. Unless it breaks this support or resistance, I'm not really going to do anything. If we don't have any reaction by, I say like 11 p.m. I mean 11 a.m. or even like 10 a.m. You know, the first 30 minutes. I think I'm just not gonna trade today, but you guys are just gonna get this as like an update video. Okay, we're getting a little bit of a push. I'm thinking that this is going to be a sweep. If I keep going, if it rejects off of here and I get that second push, I'm gonna go in. Or I might just wait for a candle closure. You know, if it closes, then retraces and then breaks the high, I'll go in with a buy. But if it doesn't do that, then I am perfectly okay taking my sell. I don't want to see a break. It could be pushing towards this right here though. This little continuation of a downtrend. If you guys don't know supply and demand, this would be a drop base drop. So price would most likely pull back to this right here in order to go back down. We do have a break right here of the high right here. So this would be a break of structure for it to go lower. This would be it pulling back up. If it rejects, we're gonna go in. I want to see a clean rejection off of this zone. Yep, it's good reaction right there. Still got 5 minutes for candle closure. We're just gonna keep watching the charts. I want to play some music, but it's gonna be copyrighted, so I'm just gonna keep it silent. I don't want to go in too prematurely. It's gonna be volume is very, very slow today. Extremely slow. Okay, so we have a break. I want to see a retrace. I want to be very careful of going into this because of this supply zone right here. So we're going to wait a little bit. We're going to wait for confirmation. Confirmation. Well, we're going to wait for a secondary confirmation. So secondary confirmation would be candle closure, retracement, and then break of this high. Because volume is very, very low right now. Don't get in too premature. We're just going to wait. See? You have to be aware of these things. When you're trading breakout trades, these little sweeps right here. So the difference between a liquidity sweep and an actual movement is going to be the wick. When you see a wick, that is a sweep. It is not a movement. This is just this taking out a lot of sell side orders, fulfilling sell side orders in order for it to go down. But if we get another retracement, because this is a deep retracement, that's really good. So if we push back up and break this high, I'm going in. My stop is going to be below this resistance line, and my take profit is going to be at the support right here. Market structure, guys. Ain't it a beautiful thing? Market structure saves you from a lot of fake outs. Makes no sense to buy if we're in a downtrend. Well, we're technically down. We're technically still in an uptrend, but this is a downtrend on the micro structure. Because with scalping, you're just trading one or two candles. You're trading one candle, one hourly candle for scalping. So microstructure is more of a role than major structure would be when you're just scalping. Alright, we got a candle closure outside of this supply zone right here. It wicked really hard, so most likely we're going down. But remember, if I get a break past here and it clears this high, I'm going in. That is more than enough confirmation to tell me that this is going to go up. Because this would be on the smaller time frame, this is the new high and it's making a new low right here. And then if it goes past, it's breaking the high. So that would be the breaker structure. We might be very choppy though. I'm going to give it a good amount of time. We're just going to watch the chart. Be patient, guys. Patience. Patience is key. Volume is very slow today. We have no real news this morning. Final PMI. This is really nothing. This is the big one, but this is at 1 p.m. So it's not really that big of a deal for what's going on right now. Just confused as to why. It's Tuesday. There's no holidays or anything, right? It would say bank holiday, yeah. Damn, volume is super slow today. Or volatility is super slow. Damn, it's moving so slow. This might be a no trading day. I kind of figured because around this time, I was in these candles. I was watching this because I woke up at like 7. I was watching these candles, and these, sometimes they didn't even move. They just stayed at one price for like all 15 minutes. So the market is very slow today. Remember, if I get a new break of this high, I'm gonna go in. But most likely, it's just retesting the zone to go back down. Because we already had a clean rejection off of. Super clean. It could push towards this, though. Down Texas, ever since I moved here, I didn't realize how bad Texas pollen is, bro. I'm pretty alert. I have pretty bad allergies when it comes to like pollen, and holy crap, Texas has some bad pollen. We looking for a buy? This is gonna be about a 1 to 3 if I get in this. Yeah, about a 1 to 3.7. But it's not looking like it though. Long wicks, long wicks. Smooth rejections. Clean rejections. If it fails to break its high, it's going down. And it might go down pretty hard. Or we could just be in chop, you know. So you look at the 1 hour. It ain't really doing nothing. No, we could. We could technically go up. This is a good 1 hour supply zone right here. It could be drawing towards that to go down. But if it does do that, it's going to be a very slow trade. I mean, I see where it's drawing to now. Yeah, no, it's gonna go down because it hasn't gone to 50% yet of the retracement. Because that's a big push down. I mean, that was a big push up. But I could be wrong, you know. Holy. We are consolidating. I mean, not even consolidating. We're just... Price is moving so slow. Yeah, if it fails, if it flips... Bro, we're going down. Dang, man, where is the volume at? Remember, guys, we don't have to get into a trade. Trading is all about capital preservation, too. If you don't see something, the market's moving too slow, it's okay to not trade. You do not have to be in a position. Like, us saving money is also a position. Or saving ourselves from a loss. Like the market is being very, very, very slow right now. This is giving me a little bit of a indication that it might not be a good trading day. So we might skip today, but we'll see. I'm gonna give it till 10:30. If I don't get any movement by 10:30, I'm done. So there it goes. Yep, there we go. Still some indecision. Holy, super slow. Yeah, there's not enough volume for it to break the high. It's just going down. I mean, no, it's not enough volume, bro. This would be a very risky trade. But we'll see. If it breaks the high, I'll go in. But I don't think it's gonna do it. No. It's really struggling to break that high. There's heavy sellers at this level. We gotta be extremely aware of the new candle too, because it's 10 a.m. already. Because it could be making an up wick and then going back down, so we could get faked out. But it's having a super hard time breaking that high. I want to have a clean break of that high. Yeah, it's having a super tough time breaking that. Give me a retracement. If I get another push, I'm going in. Alright.
Order filled.
We'll go in. Oof, I went in with too much. We'll just let it rock. I'm in buys here. This is a good retracement to break the high. Yeah, it's most likely going into that 1 hour supply zone. Yep. Yeah, it's most likely going to this 1 hour supply zone. It's a good trade. I want to see a little bit more volume though. This is a risky trade. In terms of volume, this is gonna be it might be a fucking burner, bro. And burner meaning like it's gonna be a long trade. I like that. It's good volume. Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. We're gonna put stops to break even, because this is I went in with a little bit too much. Give me a little bit more of a push, and I'm gonna put my stops to break even. But I might manually close though, you know, because this is looking a little sketchy. But I'm gonna trust the draw. I'm gonna trust the draw. It's a very strong draw. It's a 1 hour supply zone. A very strong 1 hour supply zone, because we've had a push right here. Two up candles, break of structure, and then pull back to the supply zone. So this is a strong supply zone. But we're gonna manage this trade very well, just in case. Put a little bit more of an aggressive stop right here. Alright, that's a good push. I'm putting my stop to break even. Oh, I might get stopped out. But we're going to take a risk off that trade. And we're just going to let it run. Because better safe than sorry. Normally we wouldn't put stops to break even, but, you know, we want to be safe. We want to be safe. We want to be safe. Good movement. Good movement. I like it. Beautiful. Let's go. Let's go. Beautiful. Beautiful. I don't want to get stopped out too early. Be careful with stop loss placement. We're going to get stopped out. Oh, unless I could push, you know. I'm cool if we get stopped out, and I'm cool if we don't. Because at least I protected myself, you know. Good push. Beautiful push. Beautiful. Break your high. There's a lot of resistance right here. We shall see. See if it's entered. Okay. It's entered off this supply zone already. I mean, it's entered the supply zone. Let's see how. I want at least 50% of the supply zone. Yeah, I want at least 50% of the supply zone. Beautiful. Just move our stop up. Break your high. When you're doing trailing stop losses, you want to make sure that you put your stop loss at where the wicks are, because this is resistance right here. It's going to hold up on the lower time frame. So this is a good trail right here. If it breaks the high, I'm moving up it up. I'm going to move it up. Oh yeah. Fucking beautiful, dog. Place it under this candle. Give me 50%. Give me 50% of that supply zone. Come on. You want to. And we're out.
Order filled.
Yep. All right. Good trade. Good risk management. You know, I wanted 50% of the supply zone, but who knows? You know, I'm cool with that. Good trade. Very slow trade. That trade took like, what? I don't even know when I got in. Let's see. That trade took 10 minutes, almost 10 minutes. But yeah, I'm cool with that. A quick little 471. Easy money. Easy money. All right, guys. That was the trade for today. Look out for the second chapter of the trading boot camp, going to be posted today or tomorrow morning. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm out.